What's up, guys? It's Mathilda, obviously, and you know that because you're on my channel. And I know I have a very extra top on. I haven't actually worn this top before. It's like been in my wardrobe, but I haven't even touched it. So this is the first time I'm ever wearing it, and you know, I'm kind of digging it. I don't know, like maybe it's too extra. I don't know. I don't care. Not really. Yeah, but anyway, so today we're going to do another reaction video. Yay! Another transphobic reaction video. Yay! No, but honestly, I've seen this YouTube channel going around. I've seen a few people talking about it, and I've also seen Samantha Lux here on YouTube reacting to it. I haven't seen her video because I didn't want to watch her video and then react because I didn't want to get any ideas, if you understand what I mean. But I've seen this YouTube channel going around. It's called What Would You Say? And today we're going to react to two videos from their channel. Their channel is kind of about a lot of things. They're transphobic, they're talking about abortions, and they're talking about a lot of things. They have ideas and they have opinions, and we're going to react to those opinions. So yeah, that is what we're going to do today. But before we get into this video, don't forget to follow me on my socials, especially Instagram, because I'm most active on my Instagram, and also fun time. And also don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you like content like this, or if you like me, or if you don't like me, maybe you just like follow me to hate on me. I don't know, maybe you want to do that, but don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And now let's get into this video. Okay, so now I'm going to react to the first video that I'm going to react to, because I'm going to react to two videos. And this is actually one of the most disliked videos, so that is the reason why I'm going to react to this. And also, this is the video that people wanted me to react to. So it's called, Is Transgenderism Logical? And you know, yes, it is, but you know, we're going to watch it.
You're in a conversation and someone says, gender identity is reality. The only way to know someone's gender is to ask. What would you say? Today, some people distinguish between biological sex and gender identity. We're told they are unrelated, meaning your body has nothing to do with your gender. Further, we're told that some people are born into the wrong body. While gender dysphoria is a real and challenging situation, the logic used to justify gender identity as the basis of reality is just as challenging, but in a different way. And here are three reasons why. First, feelings don't determine reality anywhere else. They shouldn't determine gender either. The desire to support a friend is understandable, even noble, but we have to think at least as deeply as we feel. We don't allow feelings to determine our age, height, weight, or species. All those things are objectively determined for us at birth. Even if we were adopted, we can't change who our parents are or the influence of their DNA.
Okay, so I'm just going to stop here because like this guy is just babbling on and he has no idea what he's talking about. So I'm going to give him a few pointers. So the first thing that he talks about is that we can't decide how tall we are or how much we weigh, or if you're adopted, you can change your biological parents, and obviously you can't. But like this guy has some struggle with terminology. Sex and gender has nothing to do with one another. Male and female are sex, and woman and man are gender, and they have nothing to do with one another. I was born a male, but I identify as a woman, so I transitioned to be a woman. However, as many people tell me, my biological sex will always be male. But you know what? I identify as a woman, and I am a woman. Now my body is also a woman. However, as he says it, you can never change who your biological parents was. And it's the same thing. Like I can never change the fact that I was born a biological male. However, I transitioned to become a woman because I identify as a woman, and now my body is also a woman. Like I top and bottom, everything is woman. So you know, it doesn't really make any sense. And also my body is like filled with estrogen and stuff like that. So if you take like a blood test, it will come out saying that I'm a woman. And also, you can identify as any gender there is, and there are so many different genders, so many chromosome variations and so on. They need to separate those kind of terms because male and female are sex, and woman and a man are genders, and they have nothing to do with one another. You can be born a male, as I was, and identify as a woman. It's not really that difficult. Like, they're just like trying to make an argument with using different kind of terminology. It's just like wrong. But let's move on because I want to see what the other arguments are, because like this is so flawed.
Thin people who feel overweight are called anorexic, and we try to help them. It's cruel to affirm their need to lose weight and watch them starve. The compassionate thing to do is be kind and help them see themselves as they really are. Which leads to the second point. If gender is a social construct, you can't be born in the wrong body. In an effort to explain transgenderism, we're told that gender is a social construct. By this, they mean that gender is not rooted in any fixed reality, but in our preferences and cultural norms. And since gender is a social construct, they say, male and female have no fixed definition. Here's the challenge with this logic. If male and female cannot be objectively defined, it's not possible to be born into the wrong body.
Okay, so I'm going to stop him here once again because he's talking about the wrong thing. He's still making the argument that gender and is the same thing. He's talking about you can't be born in the wrong body if you say that gender is a social construct. And like, what are you even talking about, like, boy? Yes, you can be born in the wrong body because sex is biological and gender is a social construct. Like, he's talking about male and female and then he's talking about gender. Like, stick to one, dude. Like, you can't have it all. You're talking about things that are not the same. Yes, you can be born in the wrong body because sex and gender isn't the same thing. And we shouldn't tell people that are born in the wrong body to just live with it because that's, oh my God, he's just, oh my God.
If you can't be right, you can't be wrong either. In the world they offer us, where gender is simply a matter of feelings and opinions, there's no such thing as a male or female body. A man or a woman can be born into any kind of body. Yet, 10 seconds later, they tell us that some people are born into the wrong body. This is like giving a child a test and telling them there are no right answers to the questions, but there are wrong answers. You should expect confusion. The intentions are no doubt good, but the logic is not. Which leads to the third point. If there is no clear definition of a man or woman, it's not possible to feel like a woman. We're told that some people born with male bodies feel like a woman, and vice versa. We are expected to accept that those feelings determine their reality. The problem is that the same people who tell us that some men feel like a woman also tell us that there is nothing unique about being a woman. In fact, the headlines assure us that men can give birth and women can be fathers. This begs the question: if the ability to birth a child doesn't make you a woman, why would a feeling make you a woman?
Giving birth to a child makes you a female, not a woman. How is this confusing? You can be born a female, but that doesn't mean that you identify as a woman. You can still identify as a man, but you were born in a female body. And you can still, give birth, but you identify as a man. So you're a man. Like, I can't understand how this is confusing, but...
How can anything be uniquely female? We all want to be kind, and we want to respect the fact that other people's experiences are different than our own. But we need to think at least as deeply as we feel. Good intentions aside, the logic of transgenderism is incoherent. So next time someone tells you that gender identity determines your gender, remember these three things. For What Would You Say? I'm Joseph Backholm.
I'm Joseph. Okay, whatever. So, he talked a lot about the things that I just told you. female and woman isn't the same, and male and man isn't the same, and you can be any gender that you identify as. You can be non-binary, you can be, there are so many genders that you can identify as. I can show you a picture right here that I found online, and that just concludes everything that I talked about. Let's just move on, because he was just like getting on my nerves. Like, I'm getting heated, girl. And also, scientists around the world all agree with one another that transgenderism is a thing. Like, we wouldn't have had the opportunity to get a gender reassignment surgery and do all of the things that we can do today if scientists didn't believe in it. Because here in Sweden, we don't pay a dime for any of the surgeries or the hormone replacement therapy whatsoever. So they don't get anything for it. They're just trying to help us. So if you live in your basement and you think that transgenderism isn't a thing because you can't understand it, like, do you really believe that you know better than our greatest minds here on earth? Do you really? Because that's really arrogant. Like, oh my God. Oh, yeah, that's crazy. Okay, let's move on. So the second video that I'm going to react to is, if conversion therapy is bad, why is sex reassignment surgery good? So yeah, we're going to watch this and, whew.
One trick of LGBT activists is changing the meaning of words. We see this in the way they celebrate sex reassignment as gender affirmation, but condemn conversion therapy as sex reassignment. Let's imagine there's a 6-year-old boy named Johnny, and Johnny experiences gender dysphoria. He says he wants to be a girl. Science shows that in at least 80% of the cases, gender dysphoria eventually goes away on its own. So, if Johnny and his parents do nothing, the odds are that by the time Johnny goes through puberty, his gender dysphoria will go away. However, if a therapist or doctor were to help Johnny get over his gender dysphoria and counsel him in a way that helped him identify as a boy, this would be described as conversion therapy. In several states, it's illegal. In those states, the only thing a therapist is allowed to do with a child who has experienced gender dysphoria is to help them embrace their identity as the opposite sex. If they don't, they would be professionally punished or even lose their license. However, if a therapist assures Johnny that he is really a girl, gives him puberty blockers, cross-sex hormones, and then helps him get surgery that removes healthy body parts and permanently sterilizes him, this is referred to as gender affirmation.
What country does he live in? That's awful. Give puberty blockers to a 6-year-old? Like, what? 6-year-olds don't even have hormones. They don't even have hormones. Like, what country does he live in? Like, this is awful. What? Okay, so all jokes aside, obviously doctors don't pump kids filled with drugs just because they're like, I want to be a girl, daddy. No, it doesn't work like that. So I'm going to tell you how it works, Joseph. Yes. Johnny says that he's a girl, and the parents are loving and supportive and they want to help Johnny. So they get him a therapist, or they wait. Maybe it goes away, just as you said. This is what it says on Wikipedia. It says that gender dysphoria, if it persists through puberty, it is most likely permanent. I'm still going to talk a little bit about Johnny because they pumped him with drugs, and also they did a gender reassignment surgery on a child, which is illegal. Like, what is up? When he's that young, 6-year-old, he will most likely not meet up with a psychologist. But if he will most likely talk to the psychologist in a longer period of time and the psychologist or a therapist will talk about his feelings. However, when he grows up and if the feeling persists as he's growing up, the parents will just treat him as a girl, and she's a girl now. Maybe her name is Jenny, I don't know. When Jenny or Johnny is around 12 years old or 13 years old, she will most likely talk still to a therapist about her feelings. But now she's a teenager, and if her feelings still persists, if she still has the gender dysphoria that she talks about, they're most likely transgender, so they will be put on hormone blockers. What they do, they just stop your natural going into puberty. However, if you change your mind, they're not irreversible. You will just go back in a normal puberty and you will just grow up as anyone else. However, if you are transgender, after going on hormone blockers, you will still talk to a therapist and a doctor, and they will all talk to you about your gender dysphoria. If she's transgender, she will most likely start going on cross-sex hormones, estrogen. So, she will be on estrogen and testosterone blockers, and this will give her the chance to progress as any other cisgender girl. So she will have the puberty that any other girl has. And they're talking about giving children plastic surgery, like they're lying. So here in Sweden, you can't get cross-sex hormones under the age of 15, I believe, if I remember correctly, and you can't get your gender reassignment surgery before you're 18. And when you're 18, you're an adult. So they're lying. You can't get a gender reassignment surgery when you're a child. So what they're saying doesn't make any sense, but we're going to watch it because I stopped for a long time because I really wanted to talk about this because it doesn't make any sense. Like the things that they say are just plain wrong.
That is legal in all 50 states. But isn't it interesting the words they use to describe these situations? Helping a child identify with the body they were born with is called conversion therapy. Giving a child artificial hormones and plastic surgery is called gender affirmation. If that seems backwards to you, that's because it is.
So why conversion therapy is illegal? Because the things that they do to these children are they're not sitting in a sofa and like, so you want to be a boy? And he's like, no, I want to be a girl. And they're like, but boys are great. They do a lot of awful stuff to these children. Just please read on it. Google conversion therapy and you will most likely be, that is kind of messed up in my opinion. But I know I've talked a lot. I had a lot to say about these videos that I just saw, and I thought that they were crazy, and I thought that this YouTube channel should just disappear. But if you like this video, please give it a like, comment, subscribe, and also hit the little bell icon to get future notifications whenever I post. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.